Yeah, I was just thinking about that, bro. I was like, I thought it was just strange how, because I was sitting up there talking to my daughter and shit. We watching movies, and I'm putting her on to like old movies like The Last Dragon and shit like that. Uh, uh, what's the name of it? That's Karate Kid, shit like that. And I was telling her how like a lot of these things were like new ideas to us growing up, because back then, violence in movies and TV wasn't new, but it was the way it was kind of like there was no public pressure to be political. It was just a story being told. Now
Yeah, it was
everything
just
has to have like
fresh.
some sort of agenda on it.
The 80s and 90s had some of that stuff was recycled, but there was some fresh things that was happening and taking place at that point in time.
Yeah, fresh new
Yeah,
ideas and shit like that.
yeah. And now
Just attached to like old
everything is just so recycled and repetitious.
contrived.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't even contrived, bro. It's just like they're taking some old shit and throwing it in here and saying some new shit. And it's not.
It's like actually they doing they're not even restoring it. They just wiping the dust off and putting it back on the shelf.
Yeah, like all the we talked about this before in another episode. You know, all the old movies that they keep bringing back and redoing, like it's bland, man. It's bland. And then the worst part about it is that these guys have the opportunity to hire better screenwriters, better producers, and they won't even let us in there to shine because they rather keep this routine going.
We had this conversation on the job yesterday, as a matter of fact, which is kind of hilariously interesting that we even having this conversation now. This chick on the job told me that she sees ghosts. She says that her house was haunted growing up and blah blah blah. And I didn't. It wasn't funny to me that she's telling me this. It was just funny to me because I went to my thought process on how that shit works. So anyway, we was having a meeting, and I brought that up. I was like, because the chick ended up quitting like the following few days later, whatever. And we was talking, and I said that, yeah, such and such, so and so said that she sees ghosts, and they started laughing. I said, I don't know why y'all laughing. I said, it's right up y'all alley. And they were like, what you mean? I said, media is an indication of what it is that's going on in the hearts and minds of the people. I said 90% of the fucking horror movies that I've ever seen is made by white people. And I said, and y'all the motherfuckers that see ghosts, and y'all got more fear of ghosts and demonic possession or fucking stalker killers. Those are the three main genres of horror movies, right? And then somebody brought up Jordan Peele. I said, yeah, Jordan Peele make movies that are metaphorical to the ideas of what things Black people have been concerned with over the years. You know what I'm saying? I said, our shit ain't got nothing to do with fucking demonic possession and stalker killers. I said, Get Out is about white people trying to resource us. You know what I'm saying? Take all our creativity, take all our using all our strength and our abilities to their benefit. That's what Get Out was about. I said, Us is about us Black people here in the continent of the United States being programmed to think one way while we're being replaced by people who aren't brainwashed the way we are. I said, and those would be the our brothers and sisters from other countries who didn't grow up under our political system. So they come over here believing that they have a shot when really they just here to replace the ones that they consider useless.
Right.
And I said, and then this when I brought up, because somebody had said to me, and Will, you said you believe in aliens. I said, white people do too, though. I said, that's why that shit all in the news. Mm-hmm. I said, and that brings me to my point of, what's the name of the last movie that Jordan Peele did?
I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like a space note. And I say that movie is an indication of the same thing too. I said, because even though we believe in it differently than y'all believe in it. I said every alien movie that I've ever seen, the alien was some sort of hyper intelligent being, and it wants to you know what I'm saying, confer with the local authorities and all this old crazy shit. Or I said, whereas Nope is about how the idea of something that's larger than you is really a threat. It can be a threat to you because you don't necessarily understand what it is you believe in. Like, and I haven't brought to their attention. I said that's why y'all think that aliens built the fucking pyramids all over in all these different continents instead of just accepting the fact that maybe that the people who was locally there was just intelligent enough to get it done.
And that's not far out of the realm of reality. It's just accepting that there was nobody else on the fucking planet that was actually living there that could have done that shit. And then you all make up some bullshit around it. So
like, there's no way, because look at them, they're walking around barefoot now. Like, man, we don't. For one, just according to the information that we provided in the history notes, we don't know how many cycles we don't went through, how many generational cycles we went through where all of this shit was created, erected, buried, and then created, erected, and buried again. And different societies had different opportunities to thrive.
How many times has an ice age happened or a world cataclysmic event happened that buried all this shit? What calamity happened 2, 3, 4 times that buried all this shit before we actually saw it again? And how many times have we tried to reverse engineer the same technology only to blow each other up or the world end again? So
absolutely. It's funny to me, man. I just be when I was having that conversation with them, everybody's laughing, and you know what I'm saying, it was funny to me too, but I was serious, bro. I was like, man, my whole world view, I know white people better than they know me. They've isolated black people from society so much that everything they think they know about us is strictly through entertainment, meaning through the music we put out, through sports, blah blah blah, and those are really just for their own entertainment. But they don't allow us to express ourselves enough to truly get a real beat on what our hopes, dreams, and fears are. They don't want to hear it, but guess what? They've been putting so much of their own media out that you can read them. We can identify things about them, because when you had these types of conversations with them, half of the shit they can't even fucking refute, because they've even adopted some of that shit in the indoctrination process, some of these ideas, you know what I'm saying, because they've allowed themselves, or they've been allowed by their own people to kind of like keep on putting out these propaganda laced narratives. You know what I'm saying? They believe in their own superiority, even though it doesn't exist. They believe that they're the hero, and that's not true. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because social evidence points in another direction. Wasn't it just a mass shooting week before last?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But we talking about movie narratives where the motherfucker who usually got the gun is saving motherfuckers, but in real life that ain't usually the case. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even like me trying to browbeat motherfuckers. I was just having a general conversation. We was talking about something, and it got kind of like, it went down that road, and I don't think they was expecting me to be that guy, but shit, now they know.
Yeah, I bet you they went back and they talked about your ass too. This fucking guy. Yeah. Who the fuck is this fucking guy?
They were like, what do you mean that's white people shit? But shit, it is what it is. Like, it's a bunch of black people shit, but they don't know what it is. They'll never be able to identify it. You know what I'm saying? They just know what they see online. They know what they heard about in the music. You know what I'm saying? And it's all just perceptions that they've only allowed room of expression for. Like, we don't even really express ourselves in any other format other than social media.
Yeah.
That's really what we the most expressive.
Yeah, that's our psychiatrists. That's what we talk to the most. We throw out our feelings onto these social media posts and hope that people like it or whatever it is. I have a question outside of that. Ladies and gentlemen,